Alright guys, what is going on? It's your boy Alex, and today I am gonna be going over what I would like, or what I have like a few games here, and I'm just gonna go over probably about 4 or 5 games here, and I'm just gonna go over them and pretty much tell you guys what my let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly 5 games here. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys what my top 5 anticipated games are for E3 2017 if they are to be shown off. So let's get into this. So the first one, which this is a game I'm really excited for. I'm a really big Spider-Man fan, so this is gonna be something totally in my alleyway. I'm not really a big superhero fan, but I've always loved Spider-Man ever since I was like, fairly young. So Spider-Man PS4. I think it's just codenamed Spider-Man PS4, but it is a PS4 exclusive. I think when it actually releases, they're just gonna be calling it Spider-Man. But yeah, this game nonetheless. Like, if you guys saw what I think they had a teaser trailer for it last E3. I made a video on it, but I never uploaded it to YouTube. So, don't ask me why I didn't do that. But yeah, I did watch that video during E3 last year, and I made a video on it, but forgot to upload it. But man, that trailer was nice. That's the best looking Spider-Man game ever made, and thank God it is not being made by Beanox, because Beanox has never made Spider-Man games look that good. They've made, I'm gonna be straight up honest, the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Shattered Dimensions, those three were really good Spider-Man, or not Shattered Dimensions, but Web of Shadows. So Web of Shadows, Amazing Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 2, those were actually pretty good. Shattered Dimensions, though? I'm not really a fan of that linear stuff. When I think of Spider-Man, I think of web slinging through that big, giant, beautiful, detailed New York City. So if they show that off, that's gonna look beautiful. That's gonna be so awesome. And I think it's made by Ben Studios or something. I don't know. I think it's a Sony studio that's working on it. It might even be the same ones that are working on Days Gone. Maybe. But I'm not too terribly sure. But now we move on to a really good one. I think a lot of people are gonna like to hear this. Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, typically Rockstar doesn't go to E3, but just imagine for once in like well over 12 years or so, I don't even know how long. I think it's been since like San Andreas since they've been at E3, literally. Just imagine Red Dead Redemption 2 right out of the gate. We see Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't care if it's just a new cinematic trailer, just something about this game. My God, they released a one trailer. Give us like 5. Well, we actually did get screenshots a while back, but it would be nice to have an actual trailer. That would be really nice. And of course, I feel like DM can probably agree with me, because normally I wouldn't say this for one of my anticipated games to see, because it's a sports game. Even though I am looking forward to it, I don't always admit to it. But man, Madden 18, I really think this is going to be the year for Madden. I think this is going to be something truly special. People are going to look at Madden 18 and be like, this was a good year for Madden. Obviously, like even when Madden 20 comes out, so like 2 years from now or so, I still think even though it's going to be drastically different because they're going to be like 3 years ahead on the Frostbite engine or whatever, I still think we'll be able to look back at Madden 18 and be like, man, that was a huge leap for Madden 17. It's not like what we have nowadays, yeah, but man, for that time, so and so, 2 years ago, depending on how far back we're looking at this, I honestly think we can still look back at Madden 18 and appreciate it for what it was, even like 2-3 years from now. So I think Madden 18 is definitely going to be the first year. I think it's going to be remembered as the first year where the true next-gen Madden was released. I know I'm beating the living crap out of my notebook right now, but I think this is going to be the year. This is going to be the first year where people look at Madden on the PS4 and the Xbox One, and they're like, this is the year that they should have got. This is what Madden 25 should have been right out of the gate. This is the true next-gen Madden, because the Ignite engine really held us back. I think the Ignite engine was truly holding Madden back from greatness. So I'm glad to see that engine gone, and I can't wait for what the future brings. I want to see, man, I want to go into a big stadium and see packed sidelines, like crowds that don't repeat. So like the models, every model looks completely different. Not only that, not only do I want the fans to look completely different from one another, but I want them to be wearing jerseys, accessories. I mean, like in Madden 17, all they had was the terrible towels in terms of things that they could like hold on to or something. Man, I want to see players with maybe not beers because it's a rated E game, so they probably won't have beers in it. But I want to see players like drinking stuff in the stands, holding out their phones when a big amazing play happens, and then show them taking selfies and whatnot. That would just be awesome. That would just make everything so immersive. Like, in US Bank Stadium, there's I kid you not, we actually have coaches in our stadium. So can you imagine just seeing fans sitting up in the coaches, getting off the coaches, walking down the steps and stuff? They don't even, all they do is sit in their chairs in Madden 17, and then they just stand up and clap, and then they just sit down. I mean, they might throw their hands up in the air or something, but that's really all. They're really only limited, like, it seems like 2 or 3 animations that they do. It's just sit, clap, stand up, clap, stand up, throw hands in air, and sit back down. And they all do it at the same time, so it just breaks the immersion totally. So yeah, I really want to see the crowds look better. I want the sidelines to look better. I'm not gonna complain if the overall player models don't look too much better because they look alright. So I mean, I don't think that they're gonna get that much better on PS4 until we literally get PS5 and Xbox 2 or whatever the heck that's called. I'm just throwing names out there. I don't know what they're gonna call the Xbox after this one, but anyways, yeah. And now we're gonna go to one that I cannot. I mean, I almost could not avoid putting this on the list. I mean, this one deserves to be on the list. And this is The Last of Us Part 2. Now, Naughty Dog is an incredible company. They know how to make a damn good game. We saw it with the Uncharted series. We're going to see it with The Last of Us. The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be great. They're going to, from what they said, they're even going to be opening up the levels. So the levels are going to be really massive, which doesn't surprise me because if you saw with Uncharted 4, they had a lot of exploration there. So, yeah, I only expect them to just upgrade it with The Last of Us Part 2. So I think The Last of Us Part 2, for anybody that played the first game, it's gonna blow my mind too. I already know it. And I just can't wait to see like the clickers and the bloaters and all those infected come back and having to fight them, because The Last of Us was awesome. I mean, you blew a zombie's head off it when it just exploded into this big massive blood pile. And then if you shot somebody in like the stomach, like you would see like their intestines falling out, and it would be wet and gory. Now keep in mind that that was originally made for PS3 graphics, even though it was remastered on PS4. The fact that they can make the gore that detailed, even on the older gen hardware, before porting it to PS4, I mean that's like Rockstar quality right there. That both Naughty Dog and Rockstar have that in common, where they can make games with incredibly detailed graphics. Even if it's an older console, they can push the console to its limits to give you the best looking experience they can possibly get. Now, it's not going to look perfect, because obviously with the GTA 5 on PS3, we saw the big leap that was for PS4. Even though it looked beautiful at the time, it was an even bigger leap when they moved to PS4. But a lot of people would also argue that. Sorry, I'm not really looking into the camera that much. I'm just kind of looking down. But a lot of people would argue that, like, Rockstar literally pushed the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 to its limits. And to be straight up honest, my personal opinion, they really pushed the PS4 and the Xbox, or the PS3 and the Xbox 360 to its limits. No game company in 2013, when that console was ending its life their console generations, no video game company pushed their game quite like what Rockstar did with GTA 5. I mean, I even heard a rumor that it almost wasn't even going to be possible to port or put GTA 5 on PS3 and Xbox 360. They almost couldn't do it because it took up so much memory because they were literally pushing those consoles to its limits. So, and people that complain about how they had to stop making DLCs for GTA Online, well, what they don't understand is they literally had to push the console to its limits just to like get it on PS3 in the first place. They even were saying like a few years back, like how they really wanted to do first person on GTA 5 for PS3 and Xbox 360, but they ended up scrapping it because the old gen hardware just simply didn't have enough memory to put. They literally put so much content in there that they just did not have enough room for first person mode, and that's why we didn't finally see it until next gen. So that wasn't an afterthought, and a lot of people probably think that first person mode was an afterthought and just something that Rockstar thought would be cool for next gen. No, that is something they want to do right from the get-go with GTA 5, but they couldn't because of the hardware limitations. So yeah, okay, so we were talking about The Last of Us too, because I was comparing Rockstar to Naughty Dog about how incredible they can make. They're the only companies that really like to push visuals that well, I think. And then Crackdown 3. That game looks awesome. If they show off that, that's going to be pretty cool because, you know, it's basically GTA, but imagine GTA if buildings could be totally destructible. I believe I saw a video on this and they said that it's going to take up, like, I think you even have to play online in order to do this because I think from what I've been hearing, they're trying to make this more like an MMO. And it's going to take up 20 times the computing power of your Xbox One in order to run that game. So the cloud servers are actually going to support the destruction physics of the buildings. But it's going to take you're going to have to play online because it's going to take an additional 20 like 20 something 20 computing processing power over what already exists on your Xbox One, but it's going to take the extra 20 computing processing power from the cloud servers. So that, man, if they live up to all that, oh, man, just seeing an open world game with a city that can just explode in real time, that is going to be spectacular. That's boy, if that doesn't scream next gen, I don't know what does. I really don't. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably say, well, in the first place, Alex, why would you want Crackdown 3 if you don't even have an Xbox One? Why would you anticipate looking at that game? Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if when I finally do get an Xbox One someday, that this is the game I get. This is like one of the first games I get because this game seems like it could be great. I think this is if it lives up to all the hype, Crackdown 3 will probably be um probably one of the best open world games ever created. I really think it can live up to that if it does what they're promising. So there you guys go. By the way, I have the dates on screen. So that's June 13th through the 15th. But obviously, we're going to be covering some Madden 18 content a little bit earlier than that because we all know EA Play is June 10th, so that's a few days before E3. But yeah, we're actually cutting really close to that because what, today's the 8th or something? Yeah, so yeah, we're cutting pretty close to EA Play, and I can't wait to cover some Madden 18 information. But yeah, as far as like some of these games like Red Dead and Last of Us Part 2, I don't know if we'll actually hear about those. But like I said, these are games that I'm highly anticipating to see. I don't even know for sure about Crackdown 3 because I haven't heard anything on that yet. But I bet you that game is probably going to be showing off too. So anyways, yeah, guys, that is my top 5 games that I'm looking most forward to at E3 2017. So yeah, if we get any information on Red Dead, you better believe I'm going to be covering it. If we get any information on The Last of Us, you damn well better believe I'm covering it because that was like one of my most favorite games. That was my first ever PS4 game, and I absolutely loved it. It's just awesome. Just the way they did the storyline. There hasn't been a game with a storyline that good. So yeah, there you guys go. That is my top 5 games I'm highly most anticipating for E3 2017. And you better believe I'm probably going to be watching every minute of it because E3, like, that, like, I've been watching that every year since 2011. That's like my most favorite thing to watch during the summer is E3 27, or E3, well, not E3 2017, but, you know, because, you know, I've been watching for a ton of years, but E3 is definitely one of my most favorite things about the summer. I always look forward to E3 every summer. So, yeah. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So anyways, like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy. And as always, it's your boy Alex, and I'll probably have another video pretty soon, but I don't know when. It might be tomorrow. Unless something spectacular, we hear something about Madden today or something. But yeah, either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, it's your boy Alex, and I'm out. Peace.